A few years ago, I sat in a neurologist office and I said this: my brain is like Teflon, nothing sticks. I was 50 years old, I was at the top of my corporate career, and I have worked way too hard to be losing words in mid-sentence. So she ran all the tests, and the diagnosis was mild cognitive impairment. Of course, my mind filled up with thousands of questions, and I asked what we could do. And her answer was that, and I'm quoting, "There's really nothing you can do." So I went home and I really thought about this for a very long time. My father has Alzheimer's and my grandfather actually died from it. So I assumed for years that this was something that was probably in my future too. But sitting with that nothing you can do, I knew somewhere underneath all that fear that I was feeling that it just couldn't be the whole story. So I started reading. I went to Dr. Google like most of us do. I read papers, studies, books, podcasts, and eventually I went back to school to study clinical and holistic nutrition. And here's what I found. Brain fog in midlife, it's not just one thing. And it isn't like just menopause or just stress or just that one vitamin that you might be missing. It's actually 8 things. It's hormones, blood sugar, stress, sleep, movement or lack thereof, toxins, gut health, and nutrition. And they're not separate problems with separate fixes. They feed into each other. Cortisol disrupts sleep, and bad sleep, that wrecks your blood sugar. Unstable blood sugar amplifies stress, and around and around and around we go. Most brain health books, they pick one of these and write a book about it. The trouble is, women in midlife usually have several of these running at the same time. So fixing in one in isolation, it only gets you so far. And that's why I wrote the Clear Head Plan the way I did. It walks through what's actually changing in your brain and your body during perimenopause and beyond. And then it gives you a roadmap in 5 steps. Understand what's changing, clear what's in the way, fuel the brain the right way, support it with lifestyle, and make it work in real life. Each part builds on the one before it. So by the end, you have a framework, not a list of rules or not a 30-day reset or some strict protocol. It's really a framework you make your own. And if you want to go deep, there are 55 referenced studies in the book, and they're all open access. So the research is right there if you want it. But if you rather skip the science and just get cooking, there are recipes and a 7-day meal plan in there too. And there is also a self-assessment to help you figure out which one of those 8 areas to focus on first. So the book meets you where you are. And I want to share one thing from the book that I think matters more than most of what you read in this type of category. So most of the behavior change advice, they tend to ask, what do you want? You want to lose weight, you want more energy, you want to feel better. Hey, look, those goals, they all sound great, but on their own, they almost never survive a bad Tuesday, if you know what I mean. Here's a better question, and it shows up in chapter 16. Instead of asking what you want, ask, what am I no longer willing to lose, or what am I protecting? For me, the answer was my mind, my independence. the version of me my husband married and my kids grew up with. Not a goal, just something I was actively just unwilling to lose. That reframe, it changes everything, because when you know what you're protecting, you stop negotiating with yourself at 10 o'clock at night when you're staring into the refrigerator. This book is for you if you suspect that something more is going on, that this is just how it is now. You just don't have to accept that. If you've been just told that, oh, this is just aging, just stress, or just hormones, or whatever, and something in you knows that that's not the whole story. But it's not for everyone. So if you're really looking for some quick fix, this isn't it. And if you want a strict, like a 30-day diet thing that you can follow and then forget about it afterwards, you are going to be disappointed. This is a framework you make your own, and you have to actually use it. But if you want to understand what's actually happening in your own body and have practical, science-informed tools to do something about it, this book is definitely built for you. The Clear Head Plan is available on Amazon. The link is in the description below. If you've been told there's nothing you can do, I want you to know that isn't the whole story. There's a lot you can do. And the place to start is understanding what's actually happening in your body right now. If anything I said today landed for you, if you recognize yourself even just a little bit, that recognition it's worth paying attention to. The book is here when you're ready. I'm Päivi, and thanks for being here.